Claude just released their Cowork feature, which basically lets anybody with zero technical experience set up AI agents that can read and write to documents on your desktop and perform long-running complex tasks. But rather than unnecessarily hype it up, I'm just going to show you three very simple, very practical use cases for construction businesses. So these specific use cases might not exactly match what you want to do or what's useful for you, but I'm basically doing them to show you the type of stuff that can do. The three things I'm going to build, and I use the term build loosely because it's simply typing what you want it to do and pointing it to the right folder on your desktop. But the first one is going to be creating an estimate from a set of bid documents. The second one is going to be creating a dynamic project dashboard from your project folders. So taking your RFI, variation registers, payment claim register, and turning that into a project dashboard. And the final one is taking your estimate and bid requirements using that same productivity data and activity list and turning it into a Gantt chart. And at the end, I'll give you a few tips to getting more out of the Cowork feature using a combination of skills and reusable templates. To get access to Cowork, you need a pro subscription, which I believe start at like $29 a month. You download the desktop version of Claude, and then you need to select a folder for it to operate in. Oh, sorry, you also have to move to the Cowork tab. So there's three tabs at the top. Move to the Cowork one, and you set a folder for it to operate in. Basically, you can browse to work in a specific folder. Then Claude will be able to read and write and access all the documents within that folder. So the folder I've chosen it to work in is my estimating folder where I have my bid documents. Now, you could have whatever PDF, Excel, Word, wherever. To make it easy to run, I have just these text files. So if you don't know text files, or the AI agents call them MD files, it's basically text of what we want, but because the AI model doesn't have to go through the process of converting or passing like a Word or Excel into text, because again, the AI models are text in, text out. It just was a bit easier for these examples, but that doesn't necessarily you don't have to have text files. You could have Word, Excel, whatever. So in this estimating example, I have my tender docs, the client issued docs. I have, say, a couple of quotes I received from subcontractors for the project. And then I have some reference documents such as a productivity rate and a cost rate library. So Claude is now going to work in this folder with all those documents in it. And actually, sorry, one document I should mention that I'm going to explain why this is important later is I also have in there what is referred to as a workflow document. So a workflow document is basically like a system prompt that tells Claude exactly what I want it to do. So in this case, this is a system prompt for estimating workflow, which details step by step how I want it to prepare my estimate. Then all I'm going to go is based on the tender documents in this folder, please prepare a construction estimate in Excel. Simple as that. I click it, tell it to go. It'll read the documents in my folder. It'll go through my workflow in that work method statement, and then it will output this into an Excel document. Now, the difference with Cowork to a traditional chat is you don't actually have to upload the documents into the chat. Claude can read and access documents as it wants to. So this helps a lot with context and the accuracy of the work. The other thing that's different about Cowork is it can perform much longer tasks. So the prompt, I told it, this folder contains tender docs, quote from subcontractors, and some reinforcing information. I didn't even spell it correctly. Can you please compile this into an estimate? It'll look through my information. Then it asked me a couple of questions. It told me what's missing. And then I confirmed I wanted 10% margin. So it actually asked me three questions about this. It said, check the formulas. Then it prepared my estimate for the work. Now, what's different about the Claude chat is this Excel document. If I go back to my estimating folder, it is prepared an actual Excel estimate that I can edit and check and go through myself. It's got assumptions and exclusions, an executive summary. It's gone and extracted all my subcontractor quotes, and then it has compiled this into my pricing workbook. So when it did this, it followed the estimating workflow.md, which is the specific process I want it to follow for preparing an estimate, which is quite an important thing to acknowledge, because one of the challenges with using AI just in traditional ways like ChatGPT or Claude through the chat interface is every time you do it, it will give you a slightly different answer. That's because these models are what's referred to as stochastic, where there's some probability variable that they give the output. That obviously is annoying for us, but really, if we're getting something to an estimate, there is a specific estimating workflow we want it to follow. So the reason how we get the model to behave the same time every single way is with this workflow MD requirement, this workflow MD folder, and it basically just step by step walks through how to prepare an estimate in, again, the way I want it to do. We can enhance this by having an example output. So every estimate we do from now on, we have these two documents, the workflow.md and the example output. Okay, the second example I'm going to show you, and I ran these all before because you usually take 5 to 10 minutes to process your request. But the second example I did is I set up Cowork in this project management dashboard folder. I had a dashboard workflow. So basically just a text document that describes exactly how I want my project dashboards to look. Then it looks at my project data, which has a cost report, a program, an RFI register, safety incidents, variation register. Now, obviously, this is a simplified overview. The way I would think this would be useful is you have your standard project folders. Within each of your project folders, you just set up this same dashboard.workflow.md file and a template outboard and a template report. And then once a week, you set up Claude to basically run this workflow and generate a project management dashboard. And if we look at the results it's created for us, it has gone and extracted all the key information about our project into a simple dashboard. Now, the format of this dashboard doesn't matter. This was what Claude came up with because I didn't give it a template, but basically you could get all your projects to run the same report every week. Now, while preparing the estimate, I guess maybe you would use, maybe you wouldn't. I know I personally probably wouldn't prepare estimates like that because estimates, you have money on the line. The dashboard is a really elegant use case because I think the chance of it maybe hallucinating or doing something slightly wrong, it's not the end of the world if this percentage is wrong. But as a manager, maybe it's your business, you're sitting across multiple projects, you could really have a simple dashboard that runs for every project every week, and you just get a quick summary of what are the key challenges facing that project. If it gets the odd thing wrong, I mean, it's not ideal, but it's not going to make or break your business, and it's just giving you additional insights that you wouldn't already get. Okay, use case number 3 is I went back to my estimating folder and I said, based on all the information in my estimate, the subcontractor quotes, the activity templates we have, the existing rates, the bid documents, I want you to prepare a schedule for that. It looked at all those documents and it prepared a simple Gantt chart for it. Now, if I go open up this actual Gantt chart, it's again created and output the Excel file in a folder and an Excel file that I can then edit and play with. And as simple as that, it is taken the input information. I actually gave it the contract milestones as well. And then it's gone and just created this simple color coordinated Gantt chart. Again, schedules are probably something we should be doing for every project. It would be great when we submit an estimate to submit a schedule showing what we've based our information, our dates on. Maybe in our estimate, we included 8 weeks of prelim costs. We're showing that this is how we built up this 8 weeks of prelim costs. Then again, we've got a schedule with key milestones on it that if we're delayed, we can actually prove delays to our clients. So again, scheduling, I think, is a good use case of AI because it's very technically, once you have the input data together, so the estimate, the activity templates, everything, basically all AI is doing in this situation. It's not generating production rates. It's not doing really complicated reasoning. It's just pulling your data from one format and putting it into this format. So again, it's just using the Cowork feature instead of having to manually upload documents and curate the context for yourself. It's just working within your project folder. It has every access to everything that one of your team members working the folder would be. And the real power is in standardizing the output and response you get from AI by setting up your own workflow.md files, which again, they're just text documents that the AI will look at every time it's doing a specific task. So if you want, for example, I'm not saying you would care about this, but if you don't like the color red in your schedules, or again, you only want red to be used for the critical path, you would write that in your workflow.md file. And every time you get AI to write a schedule, it does this exact thing. So I hope that helps. Those are, again, 3 random use cases I came up with. Maybe they don't suit what you want it to do, but again, really comes down to understanding the tool and applying it with an understanding of its limitations. And again, I wouldn't be using AI to prepare an estimate, but I think things like quickly preparing a schedule when you need to submit one with your bid, or creating a weekly dashboard. They're just good little things that maybe on a traditional project, your PMs or your team wouldn't have time to do. So you're just leveraging AI to basically make your processes work better.